Hello and welcome to this nighttime taste challenge. It is a taste challenge and it is nighttime and it's not dawn yet, so we're not even really close to dawn. Maybe in an hour we could have a Dawn Busters taste challenge, but we don't. We're not. I'm not going to wait. Okay, I have two Chivas Brothers whiskeys, and they make a whole lot of different whiskeys, but I think the most expensive one they make is Royal Salute. Maybe it's the Chivas 25-year age. That might be the most expensive. I don't know. I'm never going to buy them. So here is Ballantine's finest blended Scotch whiskey. You say that's not an independent company. No, it was, but it got bought out by, it's owned by Chivas Brothers now. It got bought out. Okay. See if it'll focus. It did focus. Now I got a good deal on this. There's the crest with different pictures on it, like a shock of barley, a copper pot stilled unicorns holding up two Scottish flags for the Kingdom of Scotland with a griffin and a sword. So yeah, established 1827. Ballantines finest 1910. Herbie in India says hi, hello Herbie. Maxwell in the Russian Federation says morning Ron, peace to you. Thank you for watching. Now here is Chivas Brothers Chivas Regal 13. You've all heard of Chivas Regal, but this is the 13-year age Chivas Regal Extra, as they call it, selectively finished in American rye cask. And this is a special edition. I don't know why people collect these things, but it's a Manchester United soccer team commemorative bottle. Introduced in 2019 for the U.S. market only. And it's embossed. But so that promotion was to recognize 13 championships for that soccer team, football team, English football team. But there's a small following of that sport in the United States, but usually in places like New York City, Boston, Philadelphia. Around here, maybe the Super Bowl, yeah, but not that. But all right, but so you'll see it on television, like on some off channels and whatever. All right, but anyway, no knock. I'm not knocking it. I'm not even criticizing it. I'm saying there's not a lot of interest in it. Chivas is nice. Yes. So it's still made, but they just made this commemorative thing in 1 year, and then they went on and kept it around, and they call it a rye barrel selection. So they take a portion of this whiskey after 13 years of aging and let it rest in rye barrels, and I don't know how long that goes on, probably not too long, and it's supposed to tweak the taste. Now, does it really profoundly change the taste? It gives it a little tweak, a little adjustment. Is it really worth the extra money? I don't know about that. It's like $5 extra, maybe 10, but I don't think it's that much. But whoops. I did a solo review. We did a dual review last month, and we liked it. My friend David bought bottles, and I had bought a bottle at Savannah Discount, and they had a very big discount. A very big discount. It had been dropped to $9.99. Now, how they got that deal? Maybe because it was just a commemorative thing, and it didn't really maybe sell that well. And people may not realize that this is the same as the rye barrel selection, but $9.99 for a $45 bottle. You might find it somewhere for 40. But I was looking up prices and I didn't see anything. I didn't see it for 40. Now, if you see it for 60, don't buy it because it's too hot. It's too hot. Let's just look it up real fast. Chivas Extra Rye Cask. I said rye barrel, rye cask. All right, okay. I'll put the link below. New Hampshire Liquor and Wine Outlet. That's a state-owned thing. They're selling it for $34.99. Regular price $39. Okay, so you go there. All right. So now if you live in New Hampshire, you got till March 3rd, you can get this. And they're showing the bottle I have. They never changed. There's a new bottle today, a new label, but they're showing the one from 2019. Probably never bought. They obviously never bothered to change it. $34.99. Not $9.99, but okay. Greens beverages, port wine and spirits, Twin Liquors, Crown Wine and Spirits. These are all pretty well-known liquor companies that have websites. Jensen's Liquors. Distiller.com gives it a 3.55 out of 5. 71. That's all right. It says available in travel retail beginning in July 2020. Well, it went from America only to travel retail, and now it's just part of their regular lineup. It's got that blue label now. Okay, so Crown Wine and Spirits, $33.99. Okay. Ready to ship. Yeah, well, once you pay for shipping, you wish you hadn't done that. Okay, but you could go to their, do they have a store located? Yeah. So you could go there and buy it. But if you ordering stuff online, well, I hate to be you. All right. Twin Liquors has it for $39.99 if you buy 2 or more. If you buy 2 more, you'll save $4 per item. So you can save $8 if you buy 2 bottles. Try and get rid of it. Okay. Point Wine and Spirits has it for $43.99. That's the price I was seeing more commonly, in the 40s. Greens Liquor in Atlanta, Georgia has it for $39.98. So yeah, well, there you go. You're looking at 35 to 45. And I paid it. And I'm not bragging. Look, when I say I found it for $9.99, it's not so I can say, haha, I'm so lucky. You're not. It's just what I paid for it. I was going to buy it eventually, I guess, but eventually means waiting for a while. But when I saw it for $9.99, I was going to buy it immediately. Okay, now Ballantine's, old company, 1827, famous Scotch. They claim it was the best-selling Scotch in the world in 2020 and all of this. And I don't track the numbers. I know Johnny Walker's typically the biggest one, but Johnny Walker Red. But yeah, no knock against this either. And I love the bottle. It's got the handle. It's glass, brown, not plastic. I got this big handle for $23.99. I think it was at Mathern's. $23.99. It's usually a little bit more than that. But what the heck? I knew I was going to buy it one day, so may as well buy it when it's cheap. Okay, put that up there. Looks nice. So, all right. Appearance. Well, they're both golden. And I do have one more Chivas product. I thought I had the Mitsunara Oak, but I guess that's all gone. Drank it all. Over the series of taste challenges, it finally went bye-bye. That's too bad, because that was really nice. But I have another Chivas product. I have 100 Pipers, the 3-year age version, not the elaborate 12-year age, which I don't think they sell in the United States. They sell it big in India, like in India and in Europe, it's called Seagram's. Seagram's 100 Pipers. And that's who developed it in 1965, because Chivas Brothers was under the umbrella of Seagram's. They're on a different umbrella today. But Seagram's went out of business in the year 2000. But I got the Kentucky bottled version. They send it to Kentucky and they bottle it. Heaven Hill bottles it. Yeah. So It's one of those deals where, like, when Seagram's went out of business, Heaven Hill got control of it for the United States market. And I guess it was something they negotiated, like, okay, well, we make it and you can have the license for the US market, but you can't call it Seagram's because obviously you're not Seagram's. But then that doesn't mean anything because Sazerac sells Seagram's products and they're not Seagram's. But I guess Chivas Brothers wanted to keep control of that name, Seagram's Hunter Pipers. But for the U.S. market, they told Heaven Hill, well, yeah, you could do it. And Heaven Hill sells it as a real cheap product. They don't even use the fancy bottle. They just call it Hunter Pipers and put it in a Heaven Hill bottle. Looks like one of the Heaven Hill inexpensive bourbons bottles. It's funny, really. But golly, you could find Hunter Pipers for $10.99 a bottle when you're not searching for a good price. Some stores still have it for $9.99. Seems to have good sales, though. Good sales. All right, I don't have to close my eyes because these really look the same in appearance, both golden. So Hunter Pipers, is it a great product? Nah. They used to really promote it heavily, commercials, advertised, well, not television commercial, or maybe in India and Europe, but a lot of advertisements in the newspapers. And then when Seagram started to go down the tubes, you never saw those ads anymore. And you didn't really see the ads for hardly anything anymore, except for Crown Royal. It's about the only thing they could afford to promote. And then they couldn't afford to pay their bills. And then they went out of business 24 years ago. Oh, well, biggest liquor company in the world, and they go out of business. Now Diageo is the biggest liquor company in the world. All right. And then once I get off the Hunter Pipers, I'll be on to other brands, like other companies. Like who should I do? Maybe John Barr. Yeah, from Ian McLeod. Oh, never mind that. It's from Witt and McKay. Sorry about that. Sorry, Witt and McKay. John Barr from Witt and McKay. And it's a deceptive label because they claim since 1881. No, John Barr whiskey is not from 1881. Witt and McKay Company is from 1881. And they happen to own it. So I'm like, yeah, that's kind of phony. I don't know when John Barr came out. I never could find out. And people got all these theories. Oh, it was in the 1970s. I'm like, well, how do you know that? I'll remember. That could be true. And maybe it is true. But I can remember that. That's not a source. Sorry. I can remember it's not a source. It's a source, but it's not a reliable source, I should say. So whatever, John Barr, no one is too worried about John Barr, so I'm not gonna make a big thing out of it. It'll do fine. It's a nice product, and I saw it all over England at the airport. I mean, when I was at the England airport in Heathrow, they call it, because that's the name of it. But when I was there, every liquor store had John Barr. And all different types, I think. But but it was kind of lower shelf, and about the same price as here. So I said it lurks around. It lurks around. And I saw it in Gibraltar, definitely. Yeah. Did I see Ballantines and Chivas in Gibraltar, in Spain, and England? Everywhere. Everywhere. Everywhere you went in Spain, they had Chivas Rigo. The regular one, the 12-year. Everybody had that. Everybody. Africa, when I was in Africa, and Spanish controlled one of their territories. I didn't go to the other territory; it's too far away. They had this everywhere. All right, and of course, every store had Jack Daniels, and every store had Johnny Walker, and every store had Crown Royal. Every store. That's the kind of product that you will never miss. It's going to be anywhere. And the lady at the Gibraltar airport, they have a small liquor store there, very nice. She says, you know, it's funny because people come from all over the world to the airport, right? And she said they can buy all this exotic stuff that you can only get at the airport, but they'll buy Jack Daniels and take it on the plane. They'll put it in the check baggage so when they get to the next destination, they can drink it. She said, I don't know why they do that. She said, the biggest thing we sell here is Jack Daniels. I mean, you can buy it anywhere. I said, yeah, that's funny, but I'm not surprised. Uh, oh, yeah, she was letting me try stuff. She was like, you want to try some whiskey since you're waiting? I said, yeah. So she was letting me try all different things. I don't remember what they were. And she said, what you think? I said, they're all good. I didn't buy it. I said, I'm not buying anything though, because I'm not paying $75 to check bags when I don't need to just to bring liquor back. She said, I get that, you know. She grew up in Gibraltar, but she was born in England. She said she was born in England, but she never really knew about it. Like she moved over there when she was like a baby, you know, or 2 years old. So that's what she knew, you know, Gibraltar. All right, this tastes kind of creamy, and I know that Ballantines is creamy. It's got a cream. It's almost like a cream sherry. You know how cream sherry has that creaminess, but you can't describe it because it doesn't contain cream, but you know it's there. You know. Urjo says Chivas is also popular a soccer team in Guadalajara. Oh, really? Are they sponsored by Chivas? Because I know a lot of soccer teams are sponsored by liquor companies. It's like that in Japan. Like they have baseball league, but the teams are not named after the city. They're named after the sponsor. So it might be in Osaka, Japan, but it's called like Suntory Sharks. You know, that's be the name of the team, Suntory Sharks, or Mazda Dolphins or something. You know what I'm saying? So Mitsubishi Fury, Sapporo Jets, or whatever. This got to be the Chivas, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's got that rye spice. Now, why would you want to take Scotch whiskey, which is known for its own idiosyncratic attributes, and age it in American rye? Why would you want to do that? Here's the answer: because you want people to buy more bottles of stuff, and then you could take the same product and differentiate it that way. Get it? Take Chivas Regal 12, one of the top selling scotch in the world. Scotches in the world. Now you age it an extra year, so now you got Chivas Regal 13. Oh, well, it's aged extra year. People will buy that. Now you take that same product and you give it a rye barrel treatment, sherry barrel treatment, rum barrel treatment, bourbon barrel treatment, tequila barrel treatment, and I was looking at the website a few minutes ago, got all of those there. Does it change the product a whole lot? No. Is it really worth paying the extra money? No. Do people fall for it and buy it anyway? Yes. Is it wrong to do that? No. All right. And every liquor company does it these days. Every beer company does it. Every wine company does it. They got this idea, I don't know when, to play mix and match, right? You take the same product and you just do mix and match. You take tequila and you age it in whiskey barrels. You take rum, you age it in tequila barrels. You take whiskey, you age it in rum barrels, or finish it at least. And see, just play these games, and people will be running out to buy it. Oh, did you try that new tequila? That new, the new Bacardi aged in tequila barrels? It's amazing, you know. Hey, that's marketing, you know. Buy it, buy it while you know, you don't need it. It's, it's fine, I guess. And they got look and go look at Ballantine website, got the same thing. Then you make it even more special. You got special airport only, travel exclusive. You only get it at the airport. May not be any better or worse, but you can only get it at the airport. So you buy it. Look at me, I can only get it at the airport. I remember somebody was so excited. Look, I got this Hennessy White. You can only get it at the cruise terminal, travel exclusive. When we went on a cruise, you can only get it at the cruise terminal. Next thing you know, they're selling it at the store over here. They decided to go worldwide with it. I said, oh man, not so special anymore. It was $75 and it's still $75. All right, so well, it's the way that works. And like I'm trying to tell you, I don't oppose it. I don't even have an issue with it. I'm just telling you what they do. Why you think they do that with comic books? They got the foil cover, the exclusive subscription only cover. You can only get it if you have a subscription. Special two-tone cover, a glow in the dark cover, the Kenny G cover, signed by Kenny G. He helped develop it. And you say, oh, I'm going to trade for that. Now, and everybody's buying comic books like, I'm going to make money. No, you're going to spend money. I don't know about making the money, but you're going to spend it. And then you did the same thing with the football cards and the baseball cards. This cover, that cover, the upper deck cover, the lower deck cover, the middle, the end zone cover, and the card, and the card that plays music. I'm like, y'all don't see what's happening. I gotta buy the Earl Bauer Ford, the King Ranch. This is pretty creamy. I just looked it up, and Chivas means goat in Spanish. Really? Well, it was actually developed by a family named the Chivas family in Scotland in the 1801. They had a grocery store, and they started making Scotch, or really having Scotch made for them. They ended up owning, I don't know if they started it, I didn't research it that deeply, but they owned the Strathisla distillery. It's a distillery in Ireland. It's a distillery in Scotland that makes single malt Scotch. And then they have their grain whiskey blend made by somebody. Well, they sell on their website, they own some grain whiskey distilleries, and they well, the way they wrote it, they also get some from other people. They buy it, and then they said, but the heart of Chivas is the Strathisla distillery. Now Regal, they said Regal is because the British royal family liked their Scotch so much that they gave them a royal warrant. Like the official, it's never the official, it's an official whiskey of the royal family. Now they may never drink it, but you just pay. You pay a fee and you get a stamp, and they say it's Regal. Now it's King George the Fourth drinks it, or William the Fourth drinks it. Queen Victoria, well, I don't think she ever drank anything. So she wasn't really a drinker, so that wouldn't have worked. But she might have put a stamp on it. She had her son Edward, or Albert, Prince Albert, but he became King Edward VII, right? He took care of the drinking, right? He took care of the drinking. But now in the United States, we don't have official presidential whiskeys. Official whiskey supplier to the White House. We don't have that. We have the official whiskey of Halloween, the official whiskey of Mardi Gras, but we don't have the official whiskey of the White House. All right. I just bought some cookies recently that were sponsored by the Kingdom of Sweden. Sponsored by the Kingdom of Sweden. See? Now, don't they taste better? They're royal cookies. They're not just common people cookies. Um, you can expect that Ballantine, I'm sorry, you can expect that Chivas Brothers products are going to have a house style, which would make total sense because they're using Strathisla single malt to blend all their stuff. This way, that way, the other way, top, down, side to side, front to back, diagonal, So they're just making it different, blended up, blended down, and so forth. Now, I don't know about Ballantines. I don't know where their single malt's coming from, if it's just Strathisla. I know Chivas owns more than one single malt distillery, yeah. But they kind of have a house style. They might use a common yeast strain and all of that. So these two don't taste that different one from another. Now, some people look down on Ballantine like that's a cheap one. Well, it's not really that cheap, but it's on the cheaper side of it, But it's good. Should you pay $12 more to get Chivas over Ballantine? I don't know. I guess if you want to pay it, you should. But this one has no age statement, so it's not 12 years old because they would tell you that if it was. It's at least 3. There's a 2020 bottle. Imported by Park Avenue Spirits, Louisville, Kentucky. It's probably owned by them. You know what I mean? The company probably owns the importer, but I'm not sure about that. But tell you the truth, the way I'm tasting these, I would just buy whatever one was cheaper. I'm gonna tell you right now, whether one is officially 13 years or the other one has no age statement, they're both really good. So I wouldn't pay $34 for Chivas Regal 13-year Rye Cask Selection when I could buy Ballantines for probably, what is it, probably now $27.99 for a handle. I'm going to pay less, I'm going to get more, and the flavor is going to be about the same, which means really good. Would I like to try the other Ballantine versions? I would, but we don't really get them. I think Total Wine got the 12-year, and that's about it. They got Ballantines, standard, 12-year. None of the flavors, but I don't care about the flavored ones, the honey and the peach and all that. That's it. Chivas Regal, they got Chivas Regal 12. They got Chivas Regal, some of the barrel selects, the 13, but not all. They got Chivas Regal 15. I know they have 15. And they might have the Altus in a case, in a cabinet when you pay like $1,000. This got to be the Chivas because I could taste the rye. I can taste the rye whiskey in it. It has no rye whiskey in it. It's just part of the batch. Part of that batch is aged for, they don't tell you how long, in rye barrels. It does give it a little something. But no, that's the Ballantine. I don't even have it right. So you say that made you think you could taste rye. It did make me think I could taste rye. Could Scotch whiskey contain rye? It has to have barley malt in the blend, but I don't know if they exclude other. I know they use corn, grain. It says grain. It doesn't really say on their government regulation that what type of grain. Well, first try, first failure. 0 wins, 1 loss. Not good. But to be fair, I was going family to family. Chivas Brothers subsidiary versus Chivas Brothers subsidiary, meaning their main thing. But if I lose, I'm going to live up to it. I lost, I got it wrong, and I got to deal with it. Oh, well, too bad for me. I thought I tasted the creaminess in the Ballantines, but that was clearly the Chivas Regal 13. But what did I just finish saying before I got it wrong? I wouldn't pay extra for them because they taste kind of like the same. And I got that for $9.99. So what difference does it make? Do they ever make potato whiskey? Potato whiskey in this day and age, probably. I wouldn't know who would make it. This crazy world. potato whiskey. They probably make Jello whiskey made with Jello strawberry flavor. I don't know, No, I mean no, it would have to be. It couldn't make whiskey out of potatoes though, because whiskey has to come from grain. You see what I'm saying? Whiskey definitively is a product made from cereal grain. So it couldn't be that. It would be like saying, well, I made cheese out of chocolate, but chocolate isn't. You say, well, what about milk chocolate? You got me there. All right, but anyway, you know what I'm saying. So they make potato vodka. I know where to buy it at Walmart. I can buy potato vodka at Walmart. All right. Lukuskova, right? Lukuskova. All right, well, y'all take care now. And sorry I failed, but I'll be back next time with Chivas Regal versus 100 Pipers. I can't see get that wrong. Nah, because 100 Pipers has a very noticeable smoky quality, but it's minimal. It's minimal. It's minimal. It's minimal. I don't want you to get the impression that 100 Pipers is smoky. There's a smoky note in it, but you would never get with either one of these. David Cassidy says, potatoes. I like potatoes a lot, actually, but anyway. All right, yo, Ron, yo, David. So y'all take care, and I don't know if I'm gonna go to Mardi Gras parades today. I'm kind of like not interested in it. I went to a parade in New Orleans Saturday. It was very nice, beautiful weather. I went to a parade Sunday here. It was okay. The parade is pretty sad, but it was fun. The people were having a good time. The weather was nice, rainy a little bit, but it was warm. Today is cold, windy. It's going to be dry though with sun. But it's monotonous to me now. If you've never been to Mardi Gras, you're going to think it's amazing. Oh, it's amazing. But if you've been doing it since you were 2 years old, then it's not amazing. It's just like monotonous. It's like you go to the parade and you can't wait for it to end. It's like, I hope it hurries up. And then when it gets stalled, they always get stalled. I can't stand. I just don't. I like the bands. I like seeing the bands, but it's always the same bands. So if I go to Rex, it'll be the same bands every year. Same band from Memphis, the same band from Texas A&M, Louisiana State University band, Tulane University band, the Navy band, the U.S. Navy band. They're all perfect. They do a perfect job. The Navy, they've thrown up the rifles with the sword on it. I'm talking about the bayonet. But it's just like I've seen it for over 50 years. And I'm not going to Bourbon Street and see all that stupidity. So, although I could, but it's like people are like, do you know what those women do down there? I'm like, okay, you must never seen women before. But, it's like not a novelty to me. It's just nothing to me, honestly. I'd rather do these whiskey taste challenges. Have you ever seen the New Orleans band Galactic? No. Seen Amanda Shaw twice. All right. Well, y'all take care now.